A very good morning, students. Welcome to my channel where you can join the pillar of success and get ahead of others. So today we are going to discuss a chapter for class 7th ICSE board, which is integers. So before understanding about the integers, we will have to go through the little concept of numbers. So the first question arrives in our mind is, what is number? What is number exactly? So in Hindu-Arabic system, we have 10 digits. In Hindu-Arabic system, we have 10 digits, namely 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. These are the digits. And the group of digit is called number. The group of digit is called number. Like example, if I am going to write over here 3679. So what it is? It is a group of a digit in which there is a 4 digits are involved, that is 3, 6, 7 and 9. So the group of digit is called number. Okay. Like 9. 9 is also a number. It is a group of number, a group of digit 0 and 9. Clear to everyone? So what is number exactly? The group of digit is called number. Okay, after understanding about the definition of numbers, we will discuss about the types of number. What is the types of number? Okay, so the first type of number is natural number. What is natural number? All counting number which is used to count. All counting number which is used to count except 0 is called natural number. All counting number which is used to count except 0 are called natural number. Like some example I am going to write over here. 43. 43 is a natural number. 9999, it is also a natural number. 79, it is also a natural number. 9 is also a natural number. Okay, so these are some example of natural number, and these all are counting number. Okay, now whole number. What is whole number? It is also same, all counting number which is used to count including 0. There is a little difference between natural number and whole number. Whole number consists 0 as well, whereas natural number does not consist 0. So all counting number which is used to count including 0 is called whole number. So the same example you can give over here. One more example, 0, 43, 9999. These are the some example of whole number. Okay, now my question is minus 53 is a natural number? No. Is minus 53 is a whole number? You will say again no. But why? Why we can't say the negative number as a natural number as well as whole number? Because they are not a counting number. They are not a counting number. Okay, how? Any example if you want to ask me, if I ask you how much kilometer every day you run, so your answer will be 5 kilometer or 7 kilometer or anything you can say, but you can't say minus 5 kilometer exactly. You can't go to the shop and say I want minus 5 meter cloth. You will have to say 5 meter cloth. So 5. So the positive numbers are counting numbers, and definition itself says that a counting number which is used to count, counting number which is used to count is called natural number. And I have given the example. So there is a very little difference between natural number and whole number, that is the difference of 0. Whole number contains 0, whereas natural number does not contain 0. Okay, now one more question arrive over here. The smallest natural number. What is the smallest natural number? So the smallest natural number is 1. Means natural number start from 1. What is the smallest whole number? 0 is the smallest whole number. Means this whole number start from 0. Now we'll discuss about the third type of number, which is integers. Third type of number which is integers. What is integers exactly? So all positive number means natural number and whole number. All positive number as well as negative number and 0 comes under integer. All positive number, all negative number and 0 comes under integer. Means I can say it consists positive number, negative number as well as 0 is called integers. Now there is a type of integer. There is a two type of integers. One is positive integer and another is negative integers. Positive integers and negative. What are the type of positive integer over here? Positive integers has two types. One is natural number, another is whole number. Positive integers has two types. Natural number is also positive, so they are the example of positive integers. Whole number is also positive, so they are also a positive integers. Now negative integers. What is negative integers? The number which are negative is called negative integers. So one more thing over here we are getting, that the negative integers are pure integers. Positive integers are also integers, positive numbers are also integers, but negative numbers are pure integer. One example I am going to give you for that. Like suppose if I am writing over here 4, 0 and minus 4. 4, 0 and minus 4. Is that 4 is a natural number? Yes. Is that 4 is a whole number? Yes. Is that 4 is an integer? So you will again say yes. So 4 is natural number, whole number as well as integer. If I ask about the 0, 0 is a natural number? No. 0 is a whole number? Yes. 0 is an integer? Yes. Now when we talk about the minus 4, so they are not a natural number, not a whole number, they are only and only integers. So negative numbers are pure integers, they are only and only integers. Okay. Okay. So there is a many type of number, but I am not going to discuss all the types of number. Why so? Because the chapter which I have to teach you is integers. So I am going to continue with the topic integers. There is another type of number which is rational number. Rational number is in form of p by q, where q is never equals to 0. P and q both belongs to integer. Irrational number, okay, or odd number, even number, composite number, prime number, co-prime number. So these all things we will discuss later on. Whenever I get the time, I will tell you about the numbers deeply. But today I am going to teach you integers, so I am going to continue with that topic. So the first topic of our syllabus is properties of multiplication of integers. Properties of multiplication of integers, in which the first properties of multiplication of integers. What is the meaning of properties of multiplication of integers? Means what will happen when we multiply the number of integers. Okay. So the first property of multiplication of integers means when we are going to multiply two integers or many integers, what are the properties we are going to see? So the first property is closure property. What is closure property? It is a properties of integers in which the product of two integers is always an integer, or product of many integers is also an integers. Product of two integers is always an integers. One example I have taken over here, like 3 into minus 4. So 3 is an integer, minus 4 is an integer, 3 4 ja 12, and the multiplication of plus and minus is always minus, as you all know from class 6th all these things. So 3 is an integer which is positive integer, minus 4 is an integer which is negative integer, and after multiplying these two integers we are getting minus 12 which is also an integer. So the product of two integer is always an integer. समझ में आ गया? Clear? Now we'll discuss about commutative property. What is commutative property? Order does not change the value of multiplication. Order does not change the value of multiplication. Means when we are multiplying two integer, we can multiply in any order. When we are multiplying two integers, we can multiply in any order. Like a cross b is equals to b cross a. Here you can say 3 into minus 4 is equals to minus 4 into 3. I am changing the order of the multiplication. Here you can see minus 4 is written after 3, and here minus 4 is written ago, or you can say before 3. So the multiplication of from both the side you will get 3 4 ja 12 plus and minus 12, and minus 4 into 3 is again minus 12. So it is a commutative property which says that order does not change the value of multiplication. Now we'll discuss about the third property of integers, which is associative property. What associative property says? When you multiply more than two integers, you can multiply those integers in any group and any order. Means when you multiply more than two integers, means 3 integers or 4 integers, you can multiply in any group and any order, like L into M into N. You can suppose that L, M and N are the integers. So L into M into N, here I am putting the bracket, means first I will multiply M into N, then I will multiply by L. Here you can say L into M is multiplied first and then we will multiply by N. And here L into N, L and N is multiplied first and then we will multiply M. So order does not change the value of multiplication, as well as you can multiply in any group and any order. You can see here 2 into minus 3 into 1, 2 into minus 3 into 1, 2 into 1 into minus 3. So I am changing the order as well as I am changing the position of the numbers. Okay, and again I am getting the same number. So order does not change the value of multiplication, and you can multiply in any group and any order, which is the third property of integer, which is called associative property. Now till now we had discussed about the three properties of integer. The first one is closure property, which says that the multiplication of two integer is always an integer. Second property, which is commutative property, in which you can multiply two integers in any group or any order. Associative property, order does not change the value of multiplication of integers. Now we will discuss about the distributive property. What is distributive property? Suppose there is a multiplication of L with the sum of M and N. So L into M plus N is equals to L into M plus L into M. Means suppose if it is written here 5 into 7 plus 2 is equals to, you can multiply 5 into 7 plus, here the plus sign, and this is also plus, so plus and plus become plus, 5 into 2. Okay, so 7 plus 2 become, here I am taking the rule of BODMAS, so 7 plus 2 become 9, 5 into 9 become 45. Now here what I am doing, I am multiplying by 5 to the 7 first, and then I am multiplying by 5 to the 2 again. Okay, so 5 7 ja 35 and 5 2 ja 10. 35 and 10 again become 45, which is called the distributive properties of multiplication of integers. Now this is the fifth property, which is existence of multiplicative identity. What is existence of multiplicating identity? When you multiply any integers by 1, you will get integer itself. When you multiply any integer by 1, you will get the integer itself. Like a into 1 is equals to a. So 4 cross 1 become 4, and minus 6 into 1 become minus 6. These are the two examples I have taken over here. Okay, when you multiply any integers by 1, you will get the integer itself, which is the fifth property called existence of multiplicative identity. Now the sixth property is existence of multiplicative inverse. What it means? When you multiply any integer by its inverse, you will get answer as a 1. Okay, so the product is 1. When you multiply any integer by its inverse, you will get 1 as a product. Like a is an integer, and what is the inverse of a? Which is 1 by a. So a into 1 by a and a gonna be cancelled, you will get answer as a 1. Similarly, here I have taken one example, minus 6. So minus 6 an integer. What is the inverse of minus 6? It will be 1 upon minus 6. So minus 6 and minus 6 gonna be cancelled. Minus and minus is also gonna be cancelled. You will get 1 as an answer. And as you all know, the division of negative number with the negative number is always a positive number. So these are the properties of multiplication of integers. I hope you all got everything what I taught you today. So your homework is to complete your notes copy, in which you have to write about the integers, definition of integers, types of number and definition of numbers, properties of multiplication of integers, and try to solve the example of first exercise. I am going very soon, we will meet again with the first exercise, example of first exercise, and we will complete the first exercise. Thank you so much class. and